Hello, Chris Maguire here, and I've got another Hey Chris question. Today's one is, hey Chris, I love the sound of nylon string guitar and I'm looking to get one. What's the difference between a classical guitar and a flamenco guitar? Quite a lot really. At first look, they kind of look and kind of sound the same when we sort of just first hearing them. We can easily sort of mistake them for one or the other, but there is a pretty clear difference. Now my answer is going to be extremely general. Now there's a huge history of classical guitar and flamenco guitar. It all comes down to the construction and the way that the guitar is made for the purpose that it's going to be for. Now if we sort of think about classical guitar, so classical guitar is nice and soft. We sustain chords for a long period of time, sustain notes. It's nice and soft and it's got a really nice warm sound and it's all nice and bubbly and it's great. We play it fairly softly and fairly delicately. Now if we think about a flamenco player, they're quite different. Now they are very rough and they do lots of fast drumming, a lot of fast picking. And so they need a guitar that's totally different from the way that a classical guitarist would, because they're playing it totally differently. So the construction of the flamenco guitar has to be a lot more sturdy because they're a lot rougher and they'll bang on the body of the guitar for percussive attacks, and they're specifically built that way. They're braced differently also to give a little bit more support to the body. They're also made from slightly different woods. So flamenco guitars you typically get as a cedar top. You don't get too many flamenco guitars that are other than cedar. And they're a little bit thinner, so we don't want a lot of sustain on flamenco guitars. Also, we have a really nice low action on the flamenco guitars because we want to fly around and things like that. We don't really want a lot of sustain because when we're doing the fast strumming, we don't want things ringing out for a long period of time. So with the classical guitars, you usually get cedar or spruce. So spruce is a little bit brighter. That's kind of the sound that we're after, a nice sort of bright, airy instrument. They're a little bit more delicate because we really want them to sustain for quite a fair bit of time. The tops are a little bit thicker, but yeah, they're a little bit more of a delicate guitar because we play them a lot softer, a lot more delicately. Now, some classical guitarists will sort of do some flamenco songs and add some of those elements, but it's hardly any of the time. Most of the repertoire is fairly soft and subdued sort of stuff, unlike the flamenco stuff where it's all fairly rhythmic and full on most of the time. So if we're going to buy a nylon string guitar, have in mind, were you thinking more classical string, or were you thinking more of a flamenco, or were you just like the sound of the nylon string in general and was just going to play contemporary stuff? If you're going to play classical, obviously I'd probably recommend the classical. If you're going to do flamenco, obviously do flamenco. Now if you wanted classical and you like the sound of flamenco guitar, that would go fine. If you wanted to play flamenco, I probably wouldn't play it on a classical guitar. If you were interested in just contemporary guitar but on a nylon string, you could really sort of pick and choose. You could just play a bunch of them, and whichever one that you personally like the sound of would be fine. They're both going to be really well made and really good instruments. If you're going down that route though, and if you're playing contemporary stuff, most of them won't have pickups put into it. It's not traditional to have a pickup. So if you're going to play contemporary stuff and you wanted a pickup, you'd want to sort of look for a model that did have a pickup. Some of them do come with pickups these days, but it's not very traditional. So you might have to sort of look around and see some options from there. Hopefully this helped. And yeah, my advice would just be go out there and play as many different ones as you wanted to, and you could have a lot of fun sort of researching the epic history that is classical nylon string flamenco guitar. Hopefully that helps and puts you in the right direction. If you do have any questions, feel free to email them through at chris@musiccavern.com.au, or easily enough you could just ask your question in the comment section below. and I'll be sure to get your questions. Cheers, thanks.